What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tuck Notes, beginner stock talk. Coming up tonight, we got Tesla stock, what to expect for tomorrow. I know, yeah. So that we have some important economic data coming out tomorrow that could impact regarding inflation. And also we're gonna cover why Cathie Wood sold off Tesla shares in order to acquire General Motors shares. That was kind of a shocker to me. And we'll look at an interview by Mara Barra, who's the CEO of GM, and she will go and explain why she thinks her company is going to be the best company in the United States by mid-century. So, with all that coming up, right now, Tesla closed at 804. It went up 1.64%, which is about it's about $12.93. The overall stock market relatively just was flat, except a few sectors like the semiconductor area. There was a little pump in there. But for tomorrow, we have some economic data coming out. And the more and more I listen to these videos, the more I realize these numbers that I didn't think were important are actually really important. So what I'm going to say, some of you might understand, and when some of you are going to say, like me, I'm not going to understand. But anyways, we're going to say it. So tomorrow we have and this is all happening at 8:30 in the morning. So this is what it is. We are having the consumer price index consumer meeting, and that's expected forecast is 0.2%. Core CPI expected forecast 0.4%. Sorry for reading. CPI year over year 8.1 for the month of April. Actually, these are all for the month of April. So if we see any fluctuation in these numbers that are out of the range of whatever the norm is, expect some volatility and potential drop. I don't know. Open might good time to buy. Switching subjects, U.S. News said Elon Musk is open to buying. He's looking to buy a mining company, and so we'll stay up to date on that one. But that's really important. But the biggest shocker of the day is Cathie Wood buying General Motors. Why did she do that? For over, she sold $12.7 million worth of Tesla shares to acquire her General Motors shares, which I don't know how many are. But Mara Barra came out, the last time we talked, Mara Barra, she's the CEO, came out and said what I just said, she came out and talked about her business plans and the different types of cars that are going to be made, and they're really pumped on the Silverado. And there's Americans out there that like GM and Chevy and the cars they make, and people are getting into trucks for some reason now more than ever. And so I don't know, that's the deal. So let's see what she has to say.
As well as the ability to reconfigure the cab. It's got more storage, and so it's a truck with no compromises. And as we share the details with our dealers and with customers, they are it's a truck worth the wait. And not to mention, we already have the GMC Hummer out right now, and it is a true super truck. Turning radius, the power of the vehicle. And so when we look at all the best features of the Hummer, many of those are going to be on the Silverado as well. And then not too long after the Silverado launches, we'll also have the GMC. So we're going to have a portfolio of trucks, because what we've seen in the market is truck buyers. There's a lot of people who are now truck buyers, from those who need it for their livelihood to people who just want to drive a truck because it's cool.
And you do have the Tesla and the Ford coming out and Rivian as well. How do you anticipate that competitive landscape?
Well, General Motors has sold more trucks collectively than anyone for several years now. And so with our strong performance and our knowledge of truck customers, we feel very well positioned to offer choices in the truck market to meet the customer what they want.
I want to ask you a few more car questions.
Sure.
What about the Cadillac Lyriq you talked about? I think there's one outside. I can't quite see it.
It is there.
But there is one out there. How's that going in terms of consumer demand? Do you have to have a whole new marketing plan there, and you've got a very sort of dedicated consumer group when it comes to Cadillac? And how do you change their mindset in terms of, okay, it's now electric?
Well, one of the things we're super excited about with the Cadillac Lyriq is with most of our new vehicles, we do customer clinics, so we actually get their input. The Cadillac Lyriq was the highest clinicking vehicle we've had in probably my career at General Motors. So that gives us, a lot of great promise. And right now, with the initial amount of vehicles that we took reservations for, 70% of them were new to General Motors. And in just a couple weeks, we're going to be taking, opening the full portfolio of Lyriqs out for customers to actually do orders. This isn't reservation. This is a real order. And we're really excited to see the response based on how strong. I think the original set of Lyriqs sold out in about around 10 minutes. And again, 70% new to GM. The same is true with the Silverado. We're seeing not only people new to General Motors, over 60%, we're also seeing, really strong interest from the coast, where traditionally, be it West Coast or East Coast, where generally General Motors hasn't had as strong a share. So that's why we're convinced that this move to EVs will be growth as well.
Another signature vehicle, the Corvette.
Yes.
And that's going electric, but electrified. So that's a little different. Why, explain how it's different and why it's different in terms of it going to an electric basis.
Well, we've been working for quite a while on the electrified version because, a Corvette customer has a lot of expectations of what the Corvette is going to deliver. And when you look at our last model, the C8, we raised those an order of magnitude. And so we're going to stay true to that, but you'll see the electrified next year and then more details to follow on that. But then we also have announced we will have an all-electric Corvette as well.
Do you have any just brand new electric car on the roadmap in terms of just a totally new brand in the future as well?
Not necessarily a new brand, but we have, I'll say, we are in some cases going to be creating new segments that don't exist, and we haven't shown those yet, but I'm really excited about our future portfolio of these. We've shared the Hummer truck and SUT, the Bolt EV, EUV, the Silverado, the Equinox, the Blazer, but there's other vehicles coming that I think really will give customers new choice.
Mary, I have to ask you about competing against Tesla and Elon Musk. And I guess there's two things there. Number one, such a huge market capitalization. And number two, just his persona. And so I want to ask you, number one, do you think you can get the respect from Wall Street that maybe Tesla has? And number two, what's it like competing against someone who takes all the air out of the room like that?
Well, I think first off, what we've seen and what that represents is that people do believe in EVs and there's a huge opportunity there. So at General Motors, we're just focused on executing well. We've, really worked to listen and understand what the customer's looking for. And remember, we're not necessarily just selling at the premium end. We're going to have, electric vehicles affordable at $30,000. And then our joint venture or joint partnership with Honda, we're going to be doing something even more affordable than that with our affordable electric vehicle. And so, I think it's a little bit longer game. We're taking all the steps to do it right to make sure we're positioned to have a full portfolio of vehicles.
So there you get it that's Mara Barra, CEO of General Motors, talking on behalf of General Motors. So let me know what you think about Cathie Woods buying Tesla's, or Cathie Woods, I'm so used to her buying that, GM stocks. So overall stock market, if we look at the S&P 500, it was $399.09, and that was our key price point. Our key price point level was $409, and it dropped to $399 and then unfortunately it closed down at 394, or its low was 394. So that's kind of like our key marker for the overall stock NASDAQ stock market. The overall stock market is at a very critical level right now. So we could see some either swings to the up or down. I mean, it's been 3 days or 4 days now of consecutive the market going down. But Tesla, if it's closed at 800, it does not have any important this is something for everybody to keep in mind, and that's it. It doesn't have any important catalysts coming up. So anything negative from this report that happens at 8:30 in the morning, if you see Tesla drop, it'd be a good time to buy for a dip for the following day, because if there is a positive report that comes out, you could be buying it at 762, which is the price level that we're looking at for, and if it breaks below 800, and it could end up bouncing up to 850, and that's some nice extra cash to have if you've got some day trades to use. Check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Talk Notes, and if you liked it, push the like button. All right, later. Night.